everybody else above.
I love Halloween.
Hello everyone and welcome to
spooky season.
As you guys noticed, a little intro, which means that Halloween is here. The second it turned October 1st is the second that I am gonna non-stop talk about Halloween, because Halloween is
the shit.
And who doesn't love Halloween? So because Halloween and October is one of my favorite months, we are gonna be doing something special on my channel. And every other day I will be posting a video, and it's gonna be spooky videos. So it's all gonna be pretty much based around Halloween. We're gonna be trying on costume haul. I'm gonna be doing creepy, scary makeup looks, trying on some funny Halloween wigs, and every video will be something to do Halloween. So I'm super excited. It is something that I thought of probably about a month ago. So I'm going to try to do every other day. That is my goal. If not, it's going to be every 2 days, or it's going to be a lot. But I will be having a lot of special guests in my new videos, and it's just me excited. We're going to get
spooky here on my channel.
And I cannot wait. So if you guys like anything throughout this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you guys can watch all of my Halloween videos that I will be posting. We're going to be talking about some conspiracy theories today and some Mandela effects, so let's get on to the video. So today, as you guys can see in the title, we are going to be talking about some conspiracy theories, which are like one of my favorite things to like dive in and get into. I can get lost forever in them, like
forever. Like Shane Dawson, the second that he's
coming out with them, I like quickly went on and like did my own thing and tried to look up ones, because his videos would be like 30 minutes long and they were not long enough for me. So, and also Mandela effects. So we're gonna start with one that I heard about before making this video. And first I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there, just like Shane Dawson does. These are not facts, these are just theories. Do not
come after me. These are just things
that I find exciting and interesting. I don't believe all of them, but it's just something so you guys will know. It's just something to be a little fun with, so please
do not come after me, okay? Please don't.
So the first one we're going to start out with, I actually have heard about this before we did research for this video, and this one I can kind of believe. Like, this one is a little weird. So Avril Lavigne, we all remember her, obviously. So Avril Lavigne's grandfather died in 2003, and she was so devastated by it. That was her world, that was her rock. And she was tired of being in the light of everything, and it all got too much for her. So she ended up committing suicide after her grandfather passed. Now, they had, instead of announcing her death, losing millions as of what I have looked up, they didn't want to stop her career. Their label, everything was doing so successful around that time for Avril Lavigne that they didn't want to just end it. So there was a girl named Melissa. Melissa was a girl that during times of paparazzi, she would go out and just like hide and go for it, and everyone would think that it was her. Theory goes that the label allowed Melissa to step in as a full-time recording artist. According to fans, this is what like gets me like, okay, now it kind of makes sense. According to fan, hints about the cover-up Melissa's true identity could be heard in her song from 2004 called Under My Skin. So Melissa, so pretty much fans are saying that Melissa had a cover-up song called Under My Skin from 2004, and when you listen to it, it sounds exactly like Avril Lavigne.
If you want to know what I think that I think that I'm just a rock chick, and I like to rock out. I like to throw shit around.
I sang in church, and I sang around my little town.
A very long time, 2003 to 2018, 17. Yes, you can change dramatically. A lot of people have. But there's something about her and her style and everything that has changed that it could be true. I could see it, and it's something that is very interesting to me. I could see it happening. You know, a lot of Hollywood's like scary, and I think a lot of things happen in Hollywood that we have no idea about. But again, I don't know if I really believe that one. This one is a little bit bizarre, but I think it's fun, and it's something that I actually could believe. I'm also home alone, and I'm kind of
scared. Oh, I'm not gonna look at that one. We're not gonna do that.
So Katy Perry's actually JonBenet Ramsey. This one, again, far-fetched, and if you guys don't know about JonBenet Ramsey, beauty pageant, she was really successful, and she actually got murdered at 6 years old, and it's still kind of an unsolved mystery, pretty much, and a lot of people think that either her brother did it and the parents covered up, but that's a whole video that I want to honestly do later on during this month, just a whole video about her murder and why people think that certain people did it. That one's gonna be definitely I want to do in the future. I think that she's her. Here is a side-by-side picture of her and then JonBenet Ramsey. I can see the resemblance easy, and then everyone thinks that her parents, that she was getting so famous so young. I think that JonBenet Ramsey was getting so famous as a beauty pageant and was getting a lot of eyes on her as a 6-year-old, and I think that it made the parents uncomfortable, and so they planned this whole murder and this whole thing, and she eventually became Katy Perry. And the reason why people think this thinks that they had to do this murder and everything, and the reason why it's not solved is because obviously she didn't actually die, and so, you know, they paid the cops or whatever. That's what people think. But then now that they made her into a singer, and that actually is what Katy Perry or JonBenet Ramsey actually wanted to do. I personally think her murder was very real, and it's something that, again, I want to talk about, and you guys will learn a lot more about that later on this month. But I have my own suspicions who I think really did it, but that's so. This next one, again, everybody has their suspicions about 9/11. You guys, close my laptop because I do not want anybody freaking looking at me while I'm saying this.
Is my hallway light on?
I'm literally scaring the fuck out of myself. It's only like, oh, my phone's up there. It's only like 3 o'clock in the day, but it's raining and it's dark out and it's spooky, and
I'm scared.
I'm sure you guys have heard about the conspiracy theory about 9/11, and that really George Bush did 9/11, and it was all a setup, and a lot of people think that it was planned, that it was a setup, which I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but pretty much, you know, the way that the buildings collapsed, people think that there was bombs set in them and not from the plane. The whole thing that I can go on about that, but that one is so known and everything like that, so I don't really want to get into that one. About Britney Spears, and it has to do with 9/11. So as you guys know, it is no secret that Britney Spears in 2007 had a mental breakdown. That is when she shaved her head and everything was just going crazy. There also is an interview around 2002 where somebody was asking Britney her opinion about the 9/11 conspiracy theory and everything like that. I think it was an interview, but I will insert that clip in a few minutes. But she pretty much was defending George Bush and was saying, like, I love him, and she gets this weird, like, face like that, you know?
I think we should just trust our president in every decision that he makes, and we should just support that, you know, and be faithful in what happens.
A lot of people think that it was orchestrated to distract from political scandals that rocked President George Bush administration. I had questions as to why she was like, it was so weird how she had this mental breakdown. It was so big on the same day as a major scandal. And this is something that I personally believe is I do notice that certain things do happen to cover up other things in America, if that makes sense. I think that our social media is so big and everything like that, like, not to get super real and deep, but it's so big, and we can see one thing and freak out about it, and then the next day something comes up and we're gonna listen to that and forget what was in the past. You know, even if it was just a day ago, we're gonna forget because something new came up. When there's always a lot of people think that she pretty much has a chip in her, which there is also so many other conspiracy theories about having a chip in Miley Cyrus, Amanda Bynes, and all these things, and how they get theirs renewed. But that is something that people think that Britney Spears was working with the government. I'm scared to say yes, I believe that, or no, I don't, so I'm just not gonna say anything. But this conspiracy theory is something that I don't know if you guys really know about, and it's something that actually kind of freaks me out because I do remember watching, and I do know that some of my friends remember watching this video as well. Let's talk about some mermaids. I know everyone's like,
Oh my god.
Let's be real.
I watched a documentary probably when I was in about 3rd or 4th grade. A documentary on Discovery about mermaids, and mermaids, how they described it in the show did not look obviously like Ariel looked, where she had like a bra on and everything like that. They kind of look like alien fish. They were long bodies like humans, and they had obviously the mermaid tail, but then the upper half looked like honestly like scaly, like fish skin, but a little bit more human as well. There was a documentary on it, like how many sightings there have been of mermaids, everything. When I was little, it was on Discovery. Now, I was probably about a couple years ago watching an interview with Demi Lovato, and she was also talking about this documentary, and I was like, oh, I completely forgot all about it. Well, little did I know, they actually took that down from absolutely everything. You cannot look up that documentary anymore. You cannot look up anything. And I specifically remember watching it with my family. Some of my friends remember watching it and everything. This one freaks me out because you cannot find it anywhere. And so the conspiracy theory is that the government did take it down. I will put the interview in right now at Demi Lovato talking about it.
Documentary
Gotcha.
that came out.
The Little Mermaid?
No, it was on like National Geographic, Discovery Channel.
Gotcha.
And then like the next day they had to say it was fake. And
because the mermaid lobby was like, hey,
yes,
you be quiet.
Hey, you know what?
We're never going to be able to find everything that is in the ocean. So how are you going to tell me or tell the world that there is no mermaids? I don't really believe that. They might look different than we think that they do, but there's some weird stuff in the ocean that we will never find, and it freaks me out. It's spooked out and a little freaked out. Mandela effects. I will put some on the screen right now. Know about are pretty much things that everybody remembers as a kid or remembers in the past that has changed. And I know that sounds, here, I will look up the definition because I sound fucking stupid all the time. I always know what I'm thinking in my head, but like nobody else knows whatever is coming out of my mouth. So Mandela effect, the first thing that comes up is false memory. That's a lie, because my
Memory's amazing. Okay.
When you have like a large group of people have a memory about something and it's not true. Okay, maybe that false memory.
Sorry, I'm getting very mad. But why would we all remember something different? It's not like we all talk to everybody. I don't talk to everybody in this world. So how?
Okay.
I don't even believe this one. Hold on. Okay. My dad works at Kellogg, so
I don't think my father, the inventor of toaster strudel.
I'm gonna ask him this question when he gets home because I'm so confused. So it's always been pronounced Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its. So Cheezitz. Cheez-Its. Not Cheez-It. I guess it's always been Cheez-It. Oh my god. My guy just came upstairs and proved me fucking wrong about the Cheez-Its, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Wendy Williams. This also was on Shane Dawson's conspiracy theory, but this is something that I remember back in all the way, I think it was 2017. Now, let me just show you exactly what I'm talking about.
It was a lot of fun. Let's get started. Our first caress.
It was a joke. Like, I thought it was fake. And let's just, again, also talk about how it looked. So she looks at the camera in pure fear. And I have passed out before. And looks like she's terrified. And then she goes, like, touching her head. And then she's, like, shaking, but also just standing there for a really long time, I feel like. And then collapses, but, like, in a graceful way. Like, she doesn't just fall. Her people said that she was just dehydrated. People asked why she was touching her head as like it hurt or something, and she said that she was trying to catch her crown. Again, you're gonna pass out and you're worried about your crown. It just doesn't make sense. That it's fake is her eyes never close, or they never roll in the back of her head. As you can see, the girl actually fainting from dehydration, and the other one, Wendy Williams, it looks weird. It looks weird. As we talked about earlier with Britney Spears, there always is something that happens around the time a serious event happens in America. When Britney Spears started going crazy, it was a distraction to get people to not think about what was going on in the White House during 9/11, what was going on around during that time of 9/11, and what happened after. Everyone was questioning George Bush, but the media was like, no, look over here, Britney Spears is going absolutely psychotic and crazy. The same day that Wendy Williams collapsed was the same day of the Manhattan shooting, the terrorist attack. During that day, the #1 trending thing was Wendy Williams passing out. It was not the shooting at all. So right as something big happened and something horrible and something terribly sad, people weren't even really focused on it. They were focused on Wendy Williams passing out. And it was for like a Halloween thing, but she was wearing a Statue of Liberty costume, and then you're gonna pass out, and then there was a shooting that exact same day. It just seems, as in the way the theory is, that the government was distracting us for something big going on and the first thing that they're not gonna watch is the shooting, especially back in 2017. There was a lot going on, but most are going to worry about, oh my gosh, what happened to Wendy Williams? She's a huge, big talk show host, and it's something that if you put a lot of pieces together, not just Britney Spears, not just Wendy Williams, there's a lot of events that happen. I was reading one, apparently Bruce Jenner came out as Caitlyn during a really big event too. I'm going to have to look that one up. It's really sad to talk about, 9/11 or any shootings and then thinking as there being something by the government, because a lot of people did actually lose family members and real life things, and that's why I think conspiracy theories can be very touchy subjects in a way. I do also think that they're interesting. Again, they're not facts. These are just theories that I have read about. But yes, as you guys know, October is going to be a little bit more of a serious, spooky vibe, not my fun weirdness, but I'm still obviously going to add some Caitlyn flavor to it, as I always do. But yes, I will be trying to post every other day, and I just am excited to be doing this Halloween themed videos. It actually makes me want to constantly post more because these are things that I watch on my own free time. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and do not forget to like, comment, or subscribe if you guys love these new Halloween videos coming up, and definitely leave a comment which one that you believe. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
I love Halloween.